Welcome back to the Talk of the Town podcast. I'm your boy Chillz. You know, he talking, she talking, they talking. So we are talking today. And my guest today, very special guest, man. So excited to sit down and chop it up with this guy, man. Videographer, content creator, photographer. He does it all right here from Augusta, but he's worldwide right now, man. So welcome to the show, my man. Travoris, Weeda, however you know him, man. Welcome to the show, bro.
My brother.
How you feeling?
Man, I'm happy to be here.
Oh, man, listen.
Like,
episode 3, so you are my second guest.
Okay, this dope.
Yeah, man. So thank you for making time to come on the show, man, because I believe like we have a jewel in you in the city that a lot of people don't recognize. And, you know, good brothers, we really don't toot our own horn. So I'm here to, you know, let you talk your talk and ask you the questions to kind of pull it out of you a little bit, man. So welcome to the show.
I'm honored to be here, man.
Hey, how does it feel to be in front of the camera instead of behind the camera?
I'm still not used to it.
Yeah.
I'm still not used to it, but it's something. It's funny because I coach people on how to be in front of a camera. So
really, okay.
So subconsciously, I know how to do it, but it's still funny because I'd rather be on the other side, just setting up everything, and that's what my joy is.
Gotcha. So let's give people some background on who my guy is, man. So started out really photography, videography, and now I go to my guy's IG page. And I mean, I'm seeing concerts. I'm seeing you back there with Usher. I'm seeing Legends of the Street tour. I'm seeing Trina concerts. And I'm like, hold on, we just met the other week. I didn't even know all this was going on. So, like, what kind of kicked off your interest in photography, videography, that whole interest?
Being with my best friend, my brother John Bussey. He loved music. I love music. And that was the start of everything, just knowing that I wanted to be in the music industry in some way, form, or fashion.
You didn't want to be a rapper?
Nah. I stay away from that side. But I love to write. I love to compose music. You know, when I was in high school, I wrote for the band. You know, I was in the band for 2 years. Yeah, but I wrote for the band. I love to do everything behind the scenes. I really never really cared for the spotlight, but just actually building the product that people sees. And it just grew into photography and film because at the time we both were marketing and business majors at Augusta State. Okay. So we were trying to figure out ways to get his music out. So I was like, I'll pick up a camera, and I got on YouTube and just went into a rabbit hole, bro, and just really taught myself.
YouTube University. It don't get no better than that, right?
Yeah, man. I was a valedictorian.
Wow,
yeah,
really?
Bro. Yeah, man.
Of YouTube University.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
I feel you. Listen, you find resources however you can.
Yep.
So,
and I always tell people, as far as like with YouTube, and you use it as a tool, because one thing I did early on was when I would look up things, I would see ISO, aperture, and I'm learning all the triangle of film. And I'm learning all this stuff, but it's other words that you would see. And I started building a word bank.
To understand the terms associated with the industry.
So then once I started doing it over the years and I started seeing like this word popping up, that word popping up, and I understand that word, I was like, okay, I'm getting somewhere now.
Right.
You know? So just building out the technical stuff behind film and photography was just always, it was just something that I just love.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what was your first gig? Was it shooting a video for your homeboy?
Yeah. So I had what was called a Flip HD.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember that. It looked like a remote. It looked like that little remote right there. It had one button, stop, start. And we did our first music video with it.
Was it, I think I had a white one.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. I remember.
Yeah.
I still got that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll buy it from you.
I got you.
But yeah, I used that for probably about 2 years.
Really?
Yeah, shooting music videos and then it started. Remember, I started out at the club.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
So
You're taking me back now.
Yeah, so that's where like I learned the business of it, because I started seeing like, okay, I'm doing these edits. I'm having these edits turned into Ty and on Darren by Sunday night, Monday morning. But it's helping them for the next week because people are seeing what they miss.
Yep.
So by me being a business major in school, I started correlating the two. I was like, I might be on to something.
Yeah, I remember. Big shouts out to Network Inc., right?
Inc., yes.
Big shouts out to Ty Shine, D Shine. Yeah, man. I remember them days.
They was bringing me in the back door at 18. I was only 18 at the time.
Wow, was that the Excess Live days?
That was 706.
706?
That was before Excess Live.
Wow.
Yeah, they were sneaking me in through the back door.
Man, so that's when you really started making money off of your craft.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And I always say, like, I paid my dues because I see them boys count that money.
Yeah.
And then they'll slide me my little $75. Yeah. But I was happy because I looked at it like I just made $75 off of a craft that I learned on YouTube. So at the time I was working at the Athlete's Foot in Southgate.
Okay.
So that was $75 towards my Jordans. That's all I was.
Right, that's it.
Yeah. If I get me a pair of shoes, I'm good.
Right. Yeah. It was worth it.
It was worth it.
So you went from doing a club photography. What was the next step?
The next step was corporate jobs. So like starting to understand that not only did my community or our culture want this as far as like with the club side, the music videos and things like that, banks, lawyers, doctors, all these people need the exact same look, but I had to change it up. It's not that dark, eerie type feel.
Right.
I had to change my ears for the type of music to put into the visuals, and went over to the corporate side and commercial side. And that's where like your how we would link again, on what Palmetto Pools.
Palmetto Pool, yeah.
Things like that, things that people wouldn't even know I did because it was such a different look.
Right.
But the pay scale was totally different.
So you went from the club photography to now videography for companies in the corporate world.
Exactly.
Now at this point, were you fully into the craft? Had you stepped out, started the business officially, or
still had?
Really?
Still had. And I was still running around saying I got a business and didn't have one business license to show for it. So once I graduated and I met with one of my professors, and he told me, he was like, you need to get your like a real business license. He kind of taught me through everything and how it could look. And I just made that investment. And really what made me say, okay, I need to get this, like all my business in order, was when I started getting outside work and networks and things started calling. And this was during COVID. This was 2020, so not that long ago.
Right.
I was like, okay, if I got these big entities calling me, I need my paperwork and everything in order. So I got one of my friends to look over it, who's a lawyer, kind of looked over everything for me and she said, yes, this is good. I went on ahead, got my business license, and from there I started on my journey of, okay, I'm still working a regular job, but I want to be full-time. Right,
you taking those beginning steps to go ahead and start. And what's the company name?
I'm Scholar Films.
All right, you better say it with your chest.
Yeah.
Say it with your chest.
Yeah.
And so what did you notice a difference in the type of jobs you got and even the confidence that you had yourself when you had Scholar Films behind you and it wasn't just, my guy Travoris, he can do it. Because it's a big difference.
It's a huge difference. And I still get that.
Okay.
I still get it. I take that with pride as well because that means somebody is really vested into what I'm doing and they feel like I'm the person for the job. So by me knowing a lot of people around the city because I'm from here, I grew up here, I am a native of Augusta. When people refer me for jobs and I could sit there and say, hey, I know this person, it actually makes the job easier.
Okay.
Yeah, versus even though I go into the job the exact same way. You're always going to get authentically me, even in the corporate world.
Right.
But it's a lot different because sometimes in the corporate world, I'm meeting like with the board and some of these folks be uptight.
Right,
you know, and I'm coming in like myself. Like I can put on a suit, but I'm coming just like this.
Right.
You want my product and my product is gonna speak for itself. But it's the exact same way,
Gotcha.
Because a lot of times on the corporate side, I may have met someone 10, 15 years ago that's now on the board of this corporate sector.
Right.
So we grew together, and that's what I always preach. You grow. I've never been the one to try to attack the head honcho. I'm going to talk to the people who I can grow with. And eventually that person is going to be a CEO or a VP, and they're going to bring in the people that they've been working with all this time.
Yep. Now you're getting the corporate money. All right. Now you're getting the big bucks.
Yeah, it's a little different.
So now at this point, when did you decide to step out on faith and go full time with Scholar Films?
Man, I was if we back up a little bit, I went from, just to talk about jobs a little bit. Mm-hmm. I went from working at Athlete Foot. I always worked at shoe stores. Athlete Foot in Southgate.
Sneakerhead. We're going to talk about it, though.
Yeah. Foot Action in the mall. Foot Locker in the mall. After I outgrew that, I went to Verizon. I always say Verizon was the most money I made on a job. That was like a corporate job. I don't count the shoe stuff because I spent that right back out. But
don't even give me my check. Just,
just keep it. Let me get my, so when I went to Verizon, it was a big change in money, but I wasn't happy. So it was like, I'm here, I'm making the money, but I would literally be sitting in my apartment looking at the ceiling like, it's not life.
Right.
So I took a $30,000 pay cut and went to teach. I taught at Glen Hills Middle School for a year.
Okay.
Yeah, I taught for a year, and I was about to leave. And my principal at the time, who was Dr. Wright, not Dr. Wright, Dr. Young, mm-hmm. She said, you need to meet my husband. And he was doing like the same thing I was doing, but he was doing it for the Board of Education. So like all the media and all that stuff,
right.
He was doing. So he really had my dream job.
Okay. Yeah.
So he took me up on his wing, but I didn't know anything. I thought I knew stuff, but I didn't know anything. His name was Al Young.
Okay.
I thought I knew everything. I ain't know nothing. So like he took me up on his wing. He taught me everything. And this was like 2018, 19. So I had been doing it since 2007. Mm-hmm. But I'm just doing it. I'm making noise. I'm going to Atlanta. I'm still working a regular job. I'm working with celebrities at the time, mm-hmm. but I'm still not honed in on the craft like he thought I could be. Okay. He saw the potential.
Wow.
So like from there, he sent me to this course in St. Simon. It was like a film camp. He sent me down there, and it was for teachers.
Okay.
And, it was real dope. So like I got to see what a real set was and everything, how to do different things. And there was this guy on there. He works for the MLB now. His name was Peter Gottschalk.
Okay.
So at the time he was working for the Braves, and he was doing like all these highlights for the Braves. But I'm looking at it, I'm like, dog, this is the exact same thing I got. Like,
really?
Like that I'm doing currently. And so I hit him up on IG outside of the camp, and he hit me back. And I was like, if you don't mind me asking what you use to shoot, you like, I use a Sony, I use da-da-da. He telling me everything. I was like, that's the exact same thing I got.
Wow.
And he was like, and he looked at my stuff, he was like, yo, like, why are you still doing what you do? I was like, you scared? Like, you scared that? I was like, well, I've always had a check coming.
Right.
Like, I got a family. I got it.
Right.
He was like, trust me, you'll be all right. So I called Mr. Al. I was like, hey, I think I'm going to, try this thing. He said, you ready. Do it. He told me to do it. My wife told me, this what really, really solidified it for me. She said, if you jump, I'll be your wings. Boy, I've been flying.
Gotta love it. Yeah. Gotta love a good woman.
Hey, yeah, she put that fire up under me. And what I did was the same clients that I would work for just Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, mm-hmm. I let them know like, hey, I'm full-time. You utilize me throughout the week.
Right.
And it just went up from there. Because I had already been building those relationships.
And they got a chance to see the quality of the work.
Yeah.
So it made sense.
So stuff that I would be crunching into Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I can do Monday through Sunday now.
Right.
Right.
Now, when did the celebrity stuff take off? I mean, you got this guy that think he know what he doing with a couple cameras from Augusta. Now you're doing, a lot of celebrity content. So how did that come about?
It really came about, I'm in Atlanta. So I understood that I was just trying to break into the Augusta market, just break the Augusta market. And what I was running into was everybody knows Weeda.
Okay.
You know, it's that hometown kind of, you know, feel. And I'm not gonna say people that everybody believed in me, but on the business side, it was like I really wasn't making it the way I would have wanted to, and enough to say, hey, you could go full time with this.
Right.
It was good as a side hustle,
right,
but I didn't want a side hustle. I want a company. You know, so I started going to Atlanta and just networking with a lot of people up there, and just really falling into the right hands.
Really?
And also I have a cousin that's in the industry, and he was feeding me stuff, and he gave me my first client, who was Toya Wright at the time. So she's Toya Russian now.
Okay, yeah. So Lil Wayne's baby mom. Yep.
He gave me she was my first person that I worked with, and she said, whatever I got going on, I'm gonna hit you up. Because like I say, I'm not of Atlanta, so I'm still a new look.
Right.
You know, it's still a look that she wasn't getting. I mean, I take that back. She was getting the look. It was just different from what they were doing up there, because honestly, it's two totally different cultures.
Two different eyes.
Yep, two different eyes. So I would come up from Augusta and shoot and go back. So I was almost like a hidden gem in Atlanta.
Yeah. It was like the hidden plug. No, you don't need to know who that is.
Who is doing this? So they would call me. They would be like, boy, that country boy coming up here.
Right.
Causing hell. But that stuff started trickling back to Augusta.
Now, let me ask you this. What was a little bit more, I guess, like nerve-wracking, or where you felt a little bit more nervous? Was it making a jump from like the club gigs to the corporate, or the corporate gigs to celebrity? Because I know it's a different type of like, oh, this is such and such. Yeah. So for you, what was a little bit more like?
To be honest, bro, and no cockiness. None of them ever scared me.
Really?
Because it was something to where I was bringing myself to them. It wasn't where I was trying to conform to what the client needed or anything. I had already been studying how to do these different type of tasks. So once they put me in the element, I'm still myself. So whether I'm doing a wedding in Augusta, a headshot, a baby shower, I'm shooting that baby shower the exact same way that I'm shooting Usher. It's nothing different. You know, so that was the beauty in it for somebody of that magnitude, or the management, to say, hey, we need this guy from Augusta.
Right. So they've already bought into the vision.
Yeah, they already saw the vision. And then, so like how I kept getting gigs was I would do the first one for the free throw, especially for a big artist like that.
Really?
Yeah. I would just front my own way and fly out, do it. You know, I'm paying for that myself.
You invested in yourself.
I invested. You know, and
you better talk to him, Weeda. Yeah, you better tell him.
Yeah, like the first one I did was Essence with him. And
Essence what? Essence Festival?
Festival.
Ooh,
yep.
That's big.
Yeah, big. So yeah, I did Essence. I flew out to Essence, and man, it went crazy.
That wasn't the first one for free, was it?
Yeah, that was free. Oh, man. Yeah. So like they threw me in the fire, but like the stuff that I was coming out with, the way that we was editing, and it was like, dog, how is he doing this? Like how you getting this turnaround like that? Yeah.
Wow. So listen, that was a big investment because you going down there is busy, it's hectic. Yep. I'm pretty sure they had a lot of different events going on.
I'm trying to think. Essence was the second. Birthday Bash was the first.
Yeah.
Birthday Bash was the first. I did it all pro bono. Just to show, because I knew, like, I was like, I'm looking at his page, and like I say, no cockiness, you know, or anything, but I'm looking at his page. I was like, he missing me.
Right.
Like he missing what I'm gonna bring to the table. And then once I talked to management, they said, okay, what we want to do is we want to humanize him. So when a client says that, basically what they're saying is this is a giant person.
Right.
But people see him as Usher. You know, they always see him, every time they see him, he has a mic in front of him.
Right.
You know, he's performing. But they want that same look, but almost like an everyday look.
Everyday person.
But elevated. And they figured that I could do it. And man, when I was giving them edits right back, they was like, man, how you doing this? I was like, because I already have in my head what I want to do.
Now, you didn't jump the gun a little bit because we didn't went from Toya Wright to Usher.
Yeah.
All right. So tell me, how did the Usher tour come about? And did you do the whole tour with Usher? And this is when he's roller skating and all of that, right?
So I did a couple stops.
Okay.
I did a couple stops. So like, as far as like with tour, and how I got that was my cousin again. He's a stylist.
Okay.
You know, so he
plugged you in. It's good to know people.
Once that management seen it, it was, you know, it was a wrap. But that whole experience was just crazy.
Now, did you do his first one for free too, or by that time you had already kind of established yourself? Yeah.
No, I had already. Yeah. Okay. But I did that first one like for him for free. Like for Usher, I did the first one for free, just so management could see it. And
so that's some standard you do, not just when you first started shooting with celebrities, but
nah, it's not. But for Usher, it was
right.
Yeah, because I wanted them to understand, like, what you're about to get, you have never gotten before. And when they told me, we have never gotten this before, I was like,
wow.
There we go.
That's the ultimate compliment right there.
Yeah, because that was that's what I set out to do. Like, I set out to go in there, do what I need to do, and then they put me on like a retainer.
Yeah,
it's over.
It's a wrap.
It was a wrap.
So what did a day in the life of you shooting Usher kind of look like on those show days?
I would get to the venue about 9, 10. We set up, and I'll start with rehearsals. Because rehearsals was like, show days is easy. It's the rehearsal. Like, it's crazy. So to even start the tour, we would start so we were supposed to be there at 10 o'clock. I would get there at
A.M.
A.M.
Okay.
I get there at 8, 9.
Okay.
Because I used to love to walk around the venue. Only people that was there were me and the Carpenters.
Wow.
And I could go upstairs because we had like a suite where we did all our editing. I would love to be up there by myself because it's like the hustle and bustle, so nobody is in the whole building. So I'm just in there, I can get my thoughts together, I put my headphones on, I'm just walking around the building. Now, like, you got the carpenters, you got electricians, you got everybody, like the roadies. You got what they call the roadies. And I'm getting to know them, like, who else? I met a dude, he worked on all Michael Jackson tours.
Really?
Like, so I'm talking to, and they like, you cool, cause you sitting around talking. I was like, man, I'm talking to everybody. The person who at the front, like, she might have been my grandma age. She's the one, like, you come in, she speak to you when you get off the elevator, ask you, do you want something to eat? I'm sitting there talking to her. I'm a filmmaker, so I like to hear people's story.
Right.
So I would get there early in the morning. Usher would pull up about 10. Like, by the time everybody getting there, he would pull up about 10, 10:30. But then he started getting there early. He started getting there real early, but I was already there. So, like, he wasn't real talkative, but he would see, like, dang, I'm here early, but Buddy right here with me.
Right.
So this was the extent of our talks right here. Because, I'll piggyback off of that. We worked until.
Worked until. Now, tell me what them hours is like.
Until. Until they say, all right, we done today. Like, it could be 9 o'clock, it could be 10 o'clock, it could be 2 o'clock in the morning. But you still got to be back at the same time. And those edits got to be there.
Okay, so on an average day, you know, you working until, but what does the average day look like?
The average day, I'm getting there, like I said, at 8. I may leave. I leave when Usher leaves. That's what I start saying. Like, everybody else, they'll be like, all right, we done. They'll be gone.
Right.
But Usher's still there. I just kick it.
So y'all must have became best friends.
Nah, not at all.
That's kind of like the perception, right? Like, you kicking it with Usher?
Yeah, but I'm in there. I'm a fly on the wall. Like,
really?
I'm the type, like, I wasn't trying to make friends. I was there because at the time, my car needed to be fixed because I had been on the road.
Right,
like,
going back and
I got
forth.
a family, you know what I'm saying? So I wasn't trying to be friends.
So what was the extent
but
of y'all's kind of interactions?
What's up, bro? All right, cool. All right, good night, bro. Cool.
Really?
That's it.
On them long days that probably start at 8 in the morning and probably end at probably 4 in the morning.
That's it. Or like I might do an edit and he'll be like, "That edit was fire." I'll be like, "Appreciate you." That's it. Well, we had a conversation about my camera strap.
Okay.
Because I got a Louis Vuitton camera strap.
Okay.
But like I bought it for a specific reason because I was like, okay, I want a statement piece.
Right.
So I went into the Louis Vuitton store in Atlanta and I was like, "Hey, y'all got any purse straps?" The lady was like, "Oh, what kind of purse you putting it on?" I was like, "Man, I ain't putting it on no damn." So I pulled out my camera out my bag. I was like, "Just bring me one." She brought me one and it clipped right in. And I put it on my neck. That lady said, "Oh." So she went and got her manager and she was like, "Look at this." So and the manager was like, "I don't know if you could shoot at all, but you look like
you look like you get right." And knowing the price just went up just with that.
Yeah, so like I was like, I know I could shoot. So like he saw me with that scrap and around he was like, "That's real." I was like, "Yeah, it's real." He was like, "What made you think of that?" And I was just telling him like, I like fashion and blah, blah, blah. He was like, "Oh, I can see that. I see how you." He was like, "Man, you make me want to shoot." I'm like, "Come on." But like it would be like little small stuff, but
right.
I don't be looking to make friends or anything. I got my friends here.
Right.
Like, it's all business because one thing about it, he understands that I'm not gonna say he don't look at me as a person. He looks at me as a camera.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So he understands that he has one of the world's best teams around him. So that camera or whoever is holding that camera knows what they're doing. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? So I've seen people talk their way out of rooms. I've seen people go crazy because they're trying to live up to the expectations instead of being themselves. So I would just be just like this. I walk into the room, I see people literally, he walk in, they stand up like saluting. I'm like,
Why?
We've been doing what we need to
I'm
finish
doing my job.
Yeah, we need to finish our conversation. Me and you were just talking about how you need to go from payroll to a LLC, and you can invoice the business instead of them putting you on a payroll and all the incentives that you get. We were just having that conversation. Why we have to stop that because somebody walked in?
Right.
I never got it, but that's one thing that drew a lot of those people to me because I was just myself. And they understood like, hey, he's not looking at me as this. So now it makes me more intriguing.
Right. And it's funny because as much stuff as I see you do with the different clips that you put on social, I never see the selfies with you and Usher, the selfies with you and Ross. And it's like, your average person would be, hey, can you hold this? Hey, can you get one with me and Usher real quick? So why has that not been your thing?
Because you saw them, right? You saw them on my page. Mm-hmm. I shot that.
Right.
That's the main thing. If I want somebody to see, that's art to me. So I want you to see what I shot. I don't have to be in it. I was there. You understand that if I put it up on my page, I did it.
It's your product.
It's my product. So I don't have to be in the picture with them. But the fact that I got them to pause for 2 seconds for me to either take this picture or get this shot of them, that's all I need.
Right.
I don't need that picture.
And it's funny because the perception is you out there kicking it with Usher, man. You at the concert, turning up, singing. You probably at the after party. But people don't realize that you shoot it, but then you have to edit it.
That's a whole other world.
So your day is like extended beyond just shooting all day. You have to go back and edit that stuff.
Yes. And so like it's times where he might want to go to the studio. You got to capture that. But you still have to have your stuff in by a certain time. So that's why I was seeing like people kind of like wigging out because it's like, it's a lot of pressure. Yeah. But if it's something that I was already doing because on the corporate side, I might have to shoot for, I shoot with a brand named Kith in New York. Okay. And sometimes those turnarounds are crazy. Even back to Augusta, I shoot with Keith Johnson, who's a great lawyer. But I have to turn those around quick, for PR. So it's all the same product. It's just what hat you're wearing today and who you're wearing it with.
And then also how much pressure you put on yourself.
There you go.
That can kind of control it.
At the end of the day, I'm going home to my family.
Right.
I treat this, I'm in my office from the time I drop my daughter off. I normally get to my office about 8:30. I pick her up, I go back to my office and finish up. I try to be home by 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Work-life balance.
Yep. Work-life balance.
Something you don't get when you kind of out on tour.
No, you don't
because
get that.
you at their discretion.
Yeah.
And when they need you.
Yeah.
So we talked about the Usher thing, which that's big. I mean, just being there. Who are some of the other celebrities that you've had a chance to shoot?
Mary J.
Mary J. Okay.
Yeah. So I was the lead filmmaker on her what's it called, the Strength of a Woman festival with Pepsi. So yeah, this was fresh off of the Super Bowl.
Wow.
When she did the Super Bowl with Dr. Dre.
With Dr. Dre, yeah. Yep.
So this was fresh off of that. So she had her own festival. I don't know if it's still going on. I know they had moved it to New York. Okay. But the very first one they did in Atlanta. And I was the lead filmmaker for that. And that was all through relationships as well. That was amazing. That was amazing. I worked with the little Nickelodeon guy, Young Dylan.
Okay.
Yeah, he was like my daughter went crazy.
Oh,
went
crazy, right? Yeah. She didn't care about nobody else but him.
Yeah, she went crazy.
Then you were somebody.
Yeah, and he sent her a video like for her birthday. Like that one went crazy. Of course, Ross, T.I., 2 Chainz, Gucci, Jeezy. I toured with them.
Okay, the Legend of the Streets joint, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Legends of the Streets. That was a different feel, but that tour right there was a lot different from like a Usher or a Mary J. Blige. It was a little more open.
Okay.
So yeah, it was
probably a lot of weed smoke too.
Oh, too much. Too much. That one was wild. That one was wild. But it was fun. But it kind of let me know, like, even though they're on the same tour, them people stay in their own lane. Like they might not even see each other. The only time I saw everybody together, because we had been on tour for like a month and a half, 2 months. That last stop was Atlanta. That was like a big party. So like in the backstage, everybody was together. Mm-hmm. Yeah, everybody was together. That one was very dope, but I got to mingle with everybody at one time instead of going in this room, bouncing between the different artists and everything. But it was a real party.
Now, how do you know when to shoot and when's not a good time to shoot?
Listening.
Okay.
It's all in. You have to listen and pay attention to the room. Because people body language will tell you if they're talking about something that needs to be on camera. So like we're kind of relaxed right now. We know the cameras are rolling, but like if we start talking about something in depth and your body language changes,
you're gonna lean in a little bit. Yeah.
Once they start doing that, I turn the camera off and I sit. Mm-hmm. But the business side of me, my ears still ringing.
Right.
Yeah, I learned a lot in them rooms, and just being a fly on the wall.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's the main thing is being a fly on the wall. I'm not in there to talk.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not there to talk. So I'm not Usher and L.A. Reid talking. I ain't saying nothing. What I'm saying, I'm soaking all this game.
Right.
You got this. Oh, they got that artist coming out. Oh, the business went like this. Ooh, he got points on that song. How they do that? I'm listening. I'm hearing everything. But once they start, some of that stuff I'm capturing because I know it's for documentary purposes as well. But I could tell when they start talking, like when they start talking numbers, cut the camera off.
Yeah.
Nobody don't want to hear the number, or they don't want their numbers to be out there.
To be public.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this, and this is from a business standpoint, maybe for people who might be in the industry of content creation and videography. When you shoot everything, do they own all of your footage? So do you just dump everything to them, or do you edit it and you keep the raw? And if they want more, they might have to pay for more. Just say Usher, wants that stuff for a documentary opposed to social, or like what is the best way to do that?
Very good question. So with Usher, he actually owns all of that footage.
Okay.
I have it. So anything that they put out, I'm able to utilize. So if once the team gets it, I edit up everything. When the team gets it and they put things out, now I'm able to share that stuff.
Gotcha. Okay.
You know, and even a loophole, you have to find loopholes as well. Even the raw clips. So if I do a 1 minute reel, within that 1 minute, it might be 75 to 80 clips to create that reel. Mm-hmm. When they post that reel, that 75 to 80 clips are free for me to use, and I can manipulate it however I want,
right?
Because it was used, it was posted,
right?
You know, and that comes within the NDA. That's the business side of it. Mm-hmm. I've been in rooms that I can't even talk about. You know, I filmed things that I can't even say I filmed,
right?
Because the company name is on it.
So more of a white label situation.
Yeah. So, but it depends on the level of artist or corporation that you're working with, because you can negotiate to say, hey, I own this as well.
Right.
But legally, if we were to go to battle, they can't take my art. It's still, even if I sign the NDA, it's still mine. Because I shot it. I have the intellectual properties.
Right.
I have the actual file. You may have a copy of it, but I have the file. But it's like, why fight that?
Right,
yeah.
right.
If I wanted to fight that, I could, but it's nothing that I would. Yeah.
So who's somebody that you would love to shoot?
Jay-Z.
Jay, really?
I just posted that. I called Usher.
Did you?
I called Usher. So my wife asked me when he was going on tour, she was upstairs in the loft, and she said, she was sitting there getting tickets, and she scrambling. You know how it is to get tickets.
Yeah.
Like, I'm getting these tickets for me and the girl. You want to go? I was like, who going? She's like, me and my girl. I was like, no, you go.
Right.
And I just said it randomly. I was like, man, I'm going to be working. I'm going to be doing it anyway.
Right.
This was way before any of this, you know, before I got the call. And I got that call, and she went back. She was like, yo, you said that. I was like,
right.
Yeah. But yesterday, I think it was yesterday, the day before yesterday, mm-hmm. I put up on my Instagram, because they were saying Jay-Z is working on the album. I said, I'm gonna work this project.
You know what? I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did see
but
that.
I got so much love behind putting that up.
Yeah.
Everybody was like saying, no, you gonna get it.
Right.
We praying for you. And that's just to say, like, I really got people who believe in me. Like
right.
that keeps me going.
Right.
That keeps me going.
That's dope.
Yeah,
okay,
so it's Jay.
So outside of celebrity, what type of shooting brings you the most joy? Is it the celebrity stuff, or is it maybe I saw you put like some art stuff on there, some nature stuff?
Yeah, I like docs. I love to tell people's story.
Okay.
Yeah, so like the one that I'm working on currently with the Black Caddies from the Augusta National. That's one that I've been working on since 2021. You know, so that's a passion project. And then I got people who've passed in there. Jim Dent, who's big, you know, so that's the feel. Like I love that feel, because I could tell someone's story, add some music to it, like, you know, bring it all together,
right? And
in a light that some people have never seen before, you know. So
wow, that's big. So when can we expect this doc?
Well, we just signed distribution, so we do have a major distribution, but we had some hiccups with our current administration that kind of hindered some of that. But we still have the distribution. We just have to figure out how we're going to put that out, because their funding was cut. You know, so we're still pushing forward. We have some meetings with your Hulus, your Netflix, and you know, we just gonna try to keep it going.
I can't wait.
But yeah, my goal is to make sure that it hits all the film festivals. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You got to come back when you drop that doc.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, hey, you got to come back.
All you got to do is call me. I'm here.
Now, listen, man, before I let you go, man, I can't let you get up out that seat without us talking about your second interest, your second love.
What's that?
Which is the sneakerhead culture.
Oh, man.
Oh, listen, when I tell you this dude got more cool stuff in his office, even outside of sneakers. It's like, what is this? What is this? Oh, well, what is this? Like, he's just a collector of cool stuff. But I think last time I checked in your sneaker collection, you said you had, was it 400?
Yeah, well, I done cut down. Like, I sold off a lot of stuff.
Really?
Too. Yeah, because I have to get so much equipment. And then a lot of that stuff, it just sits in the closet. And then they starting to re-release a lot of stuff. So I let a lot of older stuff go. But it helped me on the film side because I took that money and reinvested it.
Right.
And bought film equipment. My cinema camera was bought from that.
Wow.
But shoes was crazy.
What do you think about the sneaker culture now?
It's different. It's different because now everything is at the tip of your fingertip. It's like you could actually go online and buy whatever you want.
Right.
It used to be a time where if you're not in line physically, you're not going to get that.
Right.
You know, and people were holding on to it because of everything that you had to do to get that piece. You know, we used to sleep outside to get the shoes, or you got to know somebody in that store.
Or work at a sneaker store.
I had a little inside trader.
Little plug.
I was a little plug for a little while.
Yeah.
But it's something I still love. And I look at it like my wife be like, you better not buy another pair of shoes. I mess with her. I be like, well, you better not get your hair done.
Right, yeah. None of that. If we gonna cut it, we cutting it across the board.
Because if you look at it like, if I buy one pair of shoes a month, on average, a pair of Jordans, just say Jordans, $220, right? A female has to get her nails done, hair done, all of that every month. Lashes,
brows.
Thank God my wife don't get lashes and all that stuff, but man, that's way more than $220.
Right, yeah.
So let me have my fun.
Hey,
man.
let me live a little bit.
And then it's an investment.
Yeah,
it's an investment.
Now, give me your top 5 sneakers of all time.
Jordans are just shoes, period.
Shoes, period.
I'm gonna say the Jordan 1 is my top. I've always loved Jordan 1s. 3, 4.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Then I'm gonna throw the Dion's in there, the Diamond Turfs.
Ooh, what's your favorite colorway?
The white, red, and black. The
Falcons.
OG. Yeah, Falcons. And then I'm gonna put the another shoe that I put in there that kind of got ran in the ground, but it's still, you can never go wrong with it, is that white Air Force One.
Yeah. I mean, they kind of fell off for a little bit, but now they back. I mean,
I love them.
Yeah.
Just to be a little different, every time I go to New York, I buy 2 pair of Supreme Air Force Ones.
Really?
I might be sitting on, probably about 10 pair of those, just brand new. Like, so that way, if we going somewhere special or something,
right, you go to throw them on.
But that white Force, like, it's an everyday wear. And then I've gotten into the point where I'm not gonna say I wear them one time, but I put a check mark on the box. Like,
but every time that you wear,
Once I get to that 3, 4, 5, it's like, all right, this is a shoe that I'm just gonna wear to the office.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow, man. Listen.
I'm deep in it.
Listen, man, I appreciate you coming on the pod, man. We definitely gotta get you back, man. It's just good to give you your flowers, man, because you really in here putting in a lot of work that people don't even realize what you're doing, in the skill set that we have right here in Augusta, available right here at our fingertips, man. So I want to say I'm proud of you, man. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? And big shouts out to Scholar Films.
Yes.
If somebody want that magic eye, how can they get in touch with you?
Scholarfilms.com.
Scholarfilms.com.
Easy. You can hit me on my socials, which is Travoris Hawkins Travoris Hawkins.ys. Facebook, Travoris Weeda Hawkins. I never changed that. Yeah. We also gonna have a pop-up with Arts in the Heart as well.
Really? So, I love Arts in the Heart.
Yeah. Okay. So we have different merch. J Bussy, he performing at Arts in the Heart.
Okay.
So we gonna be out there heavy.
Nice. Yeah. Well, listen, man, make sure y'all hit him up. Now, are you still doing local things? I know you big time. You working with all these big celebrities, but can you still find time to do some work for us little folk here in Augusta?
Of course, man. And like I said, people think that I've moved.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah, but no, I'm still here. Like, my goal is to bring that same feel to Augusta. So I kind of get lost in the sauce because I don't talk a lot.
Right.
You know, and I'm cool with that. But I understand that I'm getting older, so like I don't want to keep having to travel the way that I do.
Right.
It's like at the drop of a dime. I may have an open schedule, and they say, okay, we need you in New York. Okay, we need to fly you here. You need to go here. You know, so I really want to do more for Augusta in general. That is the goal, and just being able to teach the craft a little more. You know, so if someone is younger and really want to learn how to do X, Y, and Z, I want to be able to show them and bring this community together to be able. I'm not the only one that knows how to do this stuff. We have a plethora of people.
Right.
You know, we sitting right here with Tad now.
Mr. Jones.
Yeah, that knows. Like,
yeah.
And he's one of the people that I saw his work, and I was like, yo, he put the fire up under me to say, hey, you could do this. You know, so. It's people like that I want to bring together, and we just teach the youth because I didn't have that.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, he's available. He's here. He's local. Hey, I appreciate you coming through.
Bro.
Don't forget support my man Travoris Weeda. Make sure you support Scholar Films, man. We appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
And we gotta have you back on the pod, all right?
I'm ready.
All right, man. We're gonna wrap it up, man. He talking, she talking, they talking. It's Talking to Town podcast. Your boy Chillz. We'll be back with next week's episode.